Mike Moore Media.
It's another one of our City of Eden podcasts. And in our studio today, Ray Thomas, Assistant Director of Eden Parks and Recreation. He's over facilities and maintenance here for the City of Eden. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Let's talk a little bit about you to start with before we get into some of the work you do. Because you're a resident here, been here all your life.
I have.
Loyal to the City of Eden in what you do. But give us a little background. Who is Ray Thomas, for those that don't know?
Well, I was born and raised here. I live in an area in town called Draper, so I guess you could call me a Draper boy, I guess.
Yeah.
Been married 24 years to a wonderful lady, Jenny. We have two awesome kids. Matter of fact, Jared is my youngest son. His birthday is today, so I want to shout out to him and give him a happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I got my daughter, Carly Ray. She's 22. Just got married back in August, so they're living in Raleigh. So looking forward, hopefully, to some grandkids one day.
Okay. Well, congratulations to your son with his birthday and your daughter and her marriage.
Thank
you. Wish them all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. You've been here all your life, and I thought maybe it's kind of interesting to give us a little background how you ended up with the City of Eden.
Well, like I said, I graduated in '91 from Moorhead High School. Got into doing some maintenance stuff. Went to work for Fieldcrest. Worked there. Pretty good little bit till they textiles kind of weeded on out here. Mm-hmm. And I got a job with Ronald Coram, which was back then was called Carter's Heating and Air. Worked with them a few years and met my wife. We just tried to talk about making a life, hopefully having kids, which we did. I just needed something a little bit more as benefits and just a good place to work, a steady job. So I put an app in at City Hall and actually got the job within actually a couple hours. They called me back and got hired in the street department. Worked for a guy, Billy Shipwash at the time. Kind of just worked my way around at different crews from leaf collection to concrete to the drainage crew and then into traffic control. And that's where I sort of got into a leadership role. With that, I looked after the mowing crew as far as the street department, and we did stop lights, stop signs, stuff like that. So it was a great opportunity for me to get that little bit of a leadership role into that. And then when my crew leader retired, Stanley Purdy ended up with the crew leader's job. And then did that for a few years and then got into a different role as far as facility maintenance and ended up with the superintendent's job. So the Lord blessed me with that. So it just led into other things. I've been here a total of 23 years. So I've done a lot of different little jobs, wore different hats, and I think it makes you the person that you are. Mm-hmm. I always hate to say I'm a supervisor or somebody or I'm a boss because we all work together to create a common goal for the city at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. So it's a team effort.
It's a team effort.
Yeah,
and,
it has to be.
I got a bunch of great guys and ladies that work for me or work with me. They work hard every day. We look after my mowing crew, which is an average of 4 guys. They probably roughly 65 acres they mow, and they try to do that week and a half, 2 weeks. It varies, just depending on weather. Mm-hmm. Then you got leaves in the fall, so they get them up.
Leaf time now.
It's coming up, so they're going to be very busy. My maintenance guys, I have 2 of them, and they look after. I mean, it's a lot for them too. It's a lot of buildings. It's a lot of maintenance. It's not maintenance every day it's a lot of little things, from lights to, I mean, you name it. They've done it. I mean, during COVID, they did a lot of stuff that normally we wouldn't do because we were shut down, from building walls to putting in offices. I mean, so their skill level is very high. Mm-hmm. And I got a couple part-time people that work for me in this summer that empty trash. Cause you think about it, you got all these parks around town and shelters and stuff. It's a lot of trash that they have to empty a day and clean up. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot.
And there's probably more than people realize.
It is.
We know about this one here and that one there and whatever. But when you're in charge of that and the maintenance and all of that, it's bigger than people realize, I think, as a general public.
It is. It's a lot. I think people don't see, that's why I like the Citizens Academy. I think when people come, it's a great opportunity for people to ask questions and see, Mm-hmm. It's a lot goes on that people don't see. We help out Cindy Adams a lot of times with the Riverfest. She does a great job with that, and the municipal services does a lot because they have a lot of people. Yeah. But we blend in with them too. I mean, it's a lot that goes on that people don't see, and they think, well, I see them riding down the road, but you got to get from A to B,
right.
So, yeah. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot goes on. It's a lot of hours that people don't see, mm-hmm. After 5 and after 6 and sometimes in the middle of the night,
I know Cindy gave you a really good positive shout out at Riverfest, and she always does because, behind the scenes, but just doing so much work there. When we're talking about facilities, what are those facilities that you are in charge of? I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Keep going there.
We got, we look after Freedom Park. You got 2 main shelters that are rented. Then we have a concession stand that they have tournaments a couple times a month, so we have to maintain that. And we got a guy that stays there. That he mows the fields, gets the fields right for the tournaments. Mm-hmm. We look after the CB hut, which is rented. We have the homeless shelter. We do a lot of maintenance in that because it's a lot of influx of people. So, mm-hmm. I mean, things get broke there a lot. Not a lot, but I mean, it's a lot goes on right there. And we have several rec facilities, because Carla, she's over our senior program. She does pickleball, and we have to coordinate with them on when we do gym floors or when we, it's stuff we have to do. The pool, we did a big update with the Draper pool this year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that was a big undertaking, but we got some contractors in that made it happen and turned it around really, really quick. And mm-hmm. I think we're gonna have some more upgrades there. I think it's really gonna make it pop. And if things work out, I think it'll be a place to be.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about maintenance, and that's ongoing. We have a home, and it's just something all the time when you have that. But when you've got all of these different facilities and just the maintenance alone, routine, not to mention other things.
Yeah, I told Cindy one time this. I said, facilities and grounds. We made those, but we don't ever close. Cause, I mean, it's all the time that I have a personal call 24 hours, and it's not uncalled for them to be called out. Most of the time, that's related to City Hall, because at night, the police department's in City Hall, so we maintain that too. Mm-hmm, sure. And there'll be not a lot of issues, but there are some. Our boiler and chiller system is it's on a computer, so it may send me a call in the middle of the night saying one room is down or it's not working at all. So we have to get up sometimes at 1 or 2 o'clock and do whatever we need to do.
Mm-hmm, sure.
we in the process now getting some budget numbers for the upcoming budget. There's going to be some upgrades around on some of the facilities. Freedom Park, we've looked at adding some stuff there, some newer stuff.
Yeah, that's ongoing, isn't
it?
Yeah,
and it's Freedom Park is a lot of places. You got prowlers there. They practice. So if most people has one or two kids, and it's always somebody wants to go play on the playground, or they want to go do this. So it's always something when they have baseball to football.
Right.
So that's been a big program for us. As Prowlers it's really helped us in youth.
Yeah, that's I know at last night's city council meeting, Terry Vernon was talking about that and how that program is growing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, big increase in some of the sports programs in the last year.
Yeah, it has been, and I think it'll continue to grow. I think parents need to get their kids out and get them involved, because when I was younger, we didn't have computers and Apple phones, and I mean we couldn't.
Different world.
Yeah, we couldn't do stuff like it. So I mean, it's good to get the kids out and let them play. And
well, we've got just a couple minutes left.
Okay,
Ray. So maybe just some closing thoughts here. I know we talked a little bit before we started this podcast. You're loyal to the city, and they owe you a lot. You have some positive things to say about the city of Eden.
When I first started, I'd been here a little short time, and my wife, we became pregnant, and my wife had a little tough time there, and with the way the city policy was, you gain time as you go, but I hadn't gained a lot by the time that March came around, when my daughter was born, and both of them was sick and was in and out of the hospital. Well, I remember my superintendent came to me and he said, "Look," he said, "we're all about family." He said, "Don't worry about a paycheck. We've had some people donate some time to you."
Yeah.
And they did. They donated time, and I got to stay with my daughter when she was born, because she was in Brenner's for several days, and my wife was in the hospital for quite a while. And my loyalty, it lies with the city, because what they did with me. I mean, I can't say one thing bad. You may not agree with everything, but if you look deeper into it, there's a reason for everything. There's a reason for stuff happening, and you just got to deal with it.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I know one of the things they talked about at the meeting last night was how to get employees, how to keep employees. Are you, and the city's down a little bit in police and fire and all that, are you okay in your department? Do you need people? If people's interested, if someone's interested in employment, is that?
We're good in my department right now. I think we're pretty full. We like I said, the city's been good about trying to keep morale, and I think that's a big thing. Is morale. I think you being in a management position, I think every now and again, I think you need to get with your employees and sit and eat lunch with them. I think you need to hear what they got to say, and I always know you got an open door. They can call you at any time. It don't matter what time of the night it is. Call me, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where it's at. At the end of the day, we family, because we there together a whole lot more than we are at home a lot of times.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Well, Ray, this has been great getting acquainted here.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate
your many years with the city, and 23 years with the city of Eden, and good to find out a little bit more about you and some of the work you do and your team, and with Eden Parks and Rec and facilities and maintenance. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Ray Thomas, our guest today, one of our City of Eden programs. And if you're new to the city and would like to know more about what's happening, maybe one of the ways to get that, there are lots of Facebook sites for that, but maybe go to the city's main website, and that is edennc.us.